Hi, welcome to my channel Rohit Speaks. And this is my last video in my series for the hormone system in humans. And this video will be focusing on the hormones, which is now as we went from brain up to the gonads. So this is the hormones of the gonads, or in short, the sex hormones. So in short, these are the hormones which determine your sexual characteristic as male and a female. So what happens and how these hormones are released and when it functions is usually it starts from your brain. It's hypothalamus which release this gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is basically gives the signal to your pituitary gland to release this hormone called as luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormone. In short, LH is for the humans, or sorry, for the males, FSH is for the females. Now, these two, when they travel down to your gonads or your sexual organs, in testes, there are cells called as Leydig cells. They will take this LH and convert that into testosterone. And to convert thing into testosterone or make the testosterone, it requires cholesterol. And I have talked about cholesterol before. Cholesterol is by the name itself at the end, there is sterol. That sterol is basically is converted into sterones or steroids, or testosterone is also a steroid. It's a steroid hormone. It's a type of chemical, so don't get it wrong. And FSH in females is converted into two hormones. Mostly it is estrogen, or also called as estradiol, and progesterone. Now, these hormones, the main function of this is to give you the sexual characteristics of a male and a female. For a male, it's all your sexual organs, your puberty, which is basically your hair on your mustache, beard, and what makes a male a male. And then for the female, these hormones characterize your menstrual cycle, characterizes you as a female with enlargement of your breast, making of your uterine lining. All of your those are maintained by these hormones. So these are the normal functions of these hormones, and they are activated at childbirth, and then they stop for a bit around, let's say, around 3 to 4, when the child is around 3 to 4 years old, and after that it gets kicked in when it hits the puberty to give you your identity or your sexual identity, I would say, as a male or a female. So that's how it is. Your brain releases, it's not directly released from your sexual organs. It is the hormones are made in your sexual organs, but it is actually made, starts from your brain, goes to your pituitary gland, then it goes, releases these two hormones. These are the hormones which are then converted into your sex hormones, which is testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. Now, this is the simple biology of the hormones. But always remember there is can be external chemicals which are same as what this is and which will mimic and which will cause sometimes issues with humans. So there are two issues which I'm going to talk about respective to female and males. Now in females, there is this ongoing issue where the puberty hits very early in females. Basically, what is supposed to be hitting puberty around 9 to 10 years of age, it has been seen in early as 4 years of age, 5 years of age, or 6 years of age. And what is happening is because there are several factors. It could be genetics. Well, there is genetics, which means there's a lot of FSH being released earlier. As I said, during the child, when a human female is a child, their sexual or the pituitary organ is active, then it switches off, and then on puberty it gets active again. Okay, but if there is extra so much release of FSH um, hormones, you will have puberty earlier than what is expected. And there are several factors. Of them, there is abnormal amount of animal protein intake. So, as I said, animal proteins, when you consume meat, when you consume red meat or white meat or whatever it is, those hormones are nothing but, as I said, it is made from cholesterol. It's a byproduct of a cholesterol. It's a fatty product, fatty chemical. It is stored in those cells. So if you consume a large amount of these, which is, I'm saying abnormal, I'm not saying you don't have to consume it at all. It is being that 90% of your meal is just animal meat and there is less green vegetables, nothing else, less fruits, all of that. You're just eating raw meat, or not raw meat, cooked meat, and there is nothing to supplement it, a little bit of carbs here and there. That kind of food or processed food leads to this abnormal amount of FSH being accumulated in your body and leading to this early puberty. Then there is another chemicals which are called as endocrine disrupting chemicals. These can be mimicking your hormones and allowing it to react in your brain will is not releasing, but your brain is not releasing that, as I explained, this GnRH, because that is required to activate this and then make the hormones. But then there are chemicals who will mimic this particular hormone, and that would lead to creating this starting of the cycle, even though there is no natural product by there. Um, another chemical is bisphenol A or BPA. You have heard about BPA as being the byproduct of the plastics you use, or the stainless steel, or the non-stick pans you use. Those, they have a coating of chemicals, which that one of the product is bisphenol A. So bisphenol A is also very mimicking of these hormones, which will lead to making of more um, um, actually more of estrogen rather than testosterone or any other. It's mostly related to mimicking the hormone which will lead to the production of estrogen. So that's why BPAs try to limit consumption of plastic or consumption of anything using plastics. Try to use as much as you could the compostable materials. So that is one of the other chemicals. And then there is the soy product. So soy milk or soy products have a lot of isoflavonoids, which basically directly mimics estrogen. It doesn't require it to go through your body. It directly looks like or behaves like an estrogen. So basically, your levels of estrogen goes high. So for females, estrogen is already there, and you're giving more estrogen, so you will have higher or faster puberty and a lot of those changes very early than the scheduled time. But what happens in male? What will happen is if the male is consuming a lot of soy products, basically you are consuming more estrogen, direct product. Remember, your LH is converted into testosterone. So that's your final product. But what do you do? To consume abnormal amounts of soy product, even though you have testosterone, you are also having estrogen, which is not supposed to be there in your system. And that will start giving you female characteristics. Mostly it is in your breast or in your chest area, you will create more female-like characteristics. And that is very confusing with the males. So soy products has been very try to consume in a moderate amounts if you're lactose intolerant or you're using some plant-based food products or plant-based meat. So these are the several reasons which can get very tricky with the sex hormones, especially in females. In males, besides the estrogen, which is from the soy products, the other thing is with the males is if you take anabolic steroids for bodybuilding, and you have heard about that the steroid taking abnormal amount of steroids shrinks your testes or your gonads or your um, male sexual organs. So why that happens is because, again, you're supplementing something external. So now your body says, oh, you have already something, so why would I make it? And hence the testes will stop making your testosterone because you're already providing it externally. And so testes, so there is no need. As there is no need, the organs or that system or that testis will atrophy. Basically, since it is not being used, your body thinks, okay, it does not require it. It will start killing that. It will become non-functional. So that is more absorbed in males. However, there has been studies where you can reverse it using injections of HCG. So what HCG is basically is the GnRH similar, and it will be converted into LH, and LH will be converted into testosterone. So basically, you'll restart the cycle by injecting this in the males who are suffering from testicular atrophy or shrinking of your testes. As I also said, soy product or estrogen mimicking foods can confuse a male to a female characteristic, so or make male have some female characteristics. So my whole idea here is to explain the sex hormones and how easily it can be manipulated by food, by consuming some different products, or by using external hormone supplements. So whenever you are having these kind of issues, you should always get measured about your sex hormones and what is being higher and lower, and then get help with the clinician and manage your hormone levels to come back to your normalcy. So always remember, I have always been saying that you should always have a balance in your diet. Highly processed food are the tasty food or the fast foods or the fried foods which you love to eat, but you should always have it in moderate amount. Try to keep it as your once in a week or once in every 10 days treat for yourself, but try to balance it with really good meat, especially fish with high fatty content, white meat, less red meat, some rice or good carbs, and especially nice and balanced fruits, high phenol fruits, which are your blueberries, which are your citruses, which are your bananas, your oranges. So try to variate that in your day-to-day environment or day-to-day meals. I know that not everybody has the means to get all this in moderate quantity, but yes, processed food are cheaper than your actual raw food, but try to limit that and get to the natural product as much as you could. That will help you in the long run to go get better in your life. So with that, I will conclude my hormone series in this playlist, and then I'll see you with another biological video in the next one. Till then, goodbye, and hopefully you like this series. Please leave any comments if you need any other topics or any other topics you need a little bit explanation why this happens or why this doesn't happen or this is the problem. What are the current solutions? I can make a short video on that and help you guys or help the community understand these problems much better. Till then, goodbye and see you on the next one.